LSU Basketball, Tiger Basketball added its first national letter of intent signee on Wednesday when the papers of four-star forward Mwani Wilkinson were received and approved by LSU Athletics Department with the appropriate paperwork for transfer Shareef O'Neal also coming in. They also announced Wednesday night that four-star point guard Eric Gaines from Georgia had officially signed with the Tigers, so a big day for LSU basketball. And Will Wade is scheduled to join us tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Shareef O'Neal, one of those transfers coming in, is going to join us at 8 o'clock this morning. Big day for LSU basketball.
Yeah, big day. So this is the fifth-ranked class, right, in the country, and now Wade can officially talk about it. So excited to break that down with him. Excited to talk to Shareef O'Neal, too, about what made him want to find his way back to his father's alma mater. Also, as you said right before he came on air, it is awesome that Shaq's going to be around all the time, too.
Hanging with Hester yesterday, T-Bob was the co-host sitting alongside number 18. Those guys were joined by Bo Pelini. Yesterday, a big addition for Pelini's defense. Jabril Cox, a two-time All-American linebacker at North Dakota State, is officially signed with LSU, and he'll play his senior season with the Tigers coming up in 2020. Head coach Ed Orgeron announced that on Twitter.
Yeah, talk about poor timing there. We could not ask Bo Pelini about Jabril Cox because that paperwork was about 30 minutes off. Yeah, it was about 30 minutes after we had wrapped the interview that the paperwork for Cox finally came through.
Hate to hear that. Looking forward to Bo Pelini joining off the bench on Monday morning. Talk about his newest linebacker, Jabril Cox. Here is Pelini yesterday talking about his All-American cornerback, Derek Stingley.
He's one of those guys that, and I think he's a great player. I think he's got a lot of room for growth. Oh. I think he's going to keep getting better. I mean, he's a wonderful kid, first of all. I mean, he's a hard worker, and he's not one of these guys that's going to rest on his laurels and say, you know, I've arrived. He comes out to work every day. He practices his butt off. He's a great kid, and I think that he's only scratched the surface of how good he's going to be. He's one of those guys that he has such unusually good ball skills. Mm-hmm. He can play the ball, and let me tell you, that's rare in this day and age because there's a lot of kids. You even watch the guys on Sunday. People struggle playing the football from the defensive back position, and he does it as good as any guy I've seen in a long, long time.
From a star on the perimeter to a star in the box, here he is talking about Tyler Shelvin and who he reminds him of.
Tyler Shelvin, I think he can be as good as he wants to be. I think he's a really talented kid, and I'm excited about him. He does some things now. He's way bigger than Glenn was at this time, at this point in his career. But there are times when you see that 72, and I see him doing some things. He reminds me of Dorsey.
I know.
Yeah.
And he's just about probably 70 pounds bigger than what Glenn was at that point.
He looks, there were moments last year when you see that 72 making plays in the interior defensive line. If you're an LSU fan, it just causes kind of flashbacks. I think the batted ball at Mississippi State for some reason jumps out in my mind, but yeah, Tyler Shelvin's kind of interesting to look at during this time when you're away, right? Because we know everything that he had to overcome in terms of weight when it came to getting ready to play and getting ready to dominate in the way that he did last season. And so those lessons that he learned and staying in shape and working out, is he carrying them over when he's on his own? I mean, only time will tell.
Last one from Pelini here during your headlines. Here he is speaking about one of the leaders of the team, Jacoby Stevens.
I think Jacoby Stevens, first of all, I think the same thing. He's a leader. He's a smart football player. He's versatile. I can't say enough about him. I think Jacoby's going to be a guy that, I see him as being able to do so many different things. Yes, blitzing. He can play deep. He can play close to the line of scrimmage. He's going to be a guy that the NFL is just going to, they're going to be standing in line to try to get this guy on their football team because he can do so many different things. And he's tough, he's physical, he's smart. He's got a lot of potential, and I'm excited to work with Jacoby. He fits our system really well.
Great conversation yesterday on Hanging with Hester with Bo Pelini. If you want to check that out in its entirety, you can see that on the on-demand page. You can also check out Hester's YouTube page on YouTube. Check out Hanging with Hester.
No G. That is the thing. It's not a hanging, it's hang in.
Jay Glazer, who's one of the
this guy
top reporters in the NFL, lost some respect from the NFL world with this one. T-Bob teased it yesterday morning during headlines that Glazer was going to make this enormous announcement coming up today about the NFL. He swore that it was going to be huge. He said
It's no joking matter. That's what he
said that Los Angeles Rams center Brian Allen tested positive for the coronavirus and that he's feeling a lot better and he's recovered from it. 24-year-old is the first active player in the NFL to publicly acknowledge that he tested positive for the virus.
I guess that last little tidbit is why he was trying to position it as being that newsworthy. We should have had our hackles up a little bit more. We mentioned it in passing, but if we were more shrewd in our evaluation of this, we would have really hammered home the point that this was on a nighttime FS1 football show that nobody had ever heard of, and Jay Glazer normally is not going to bust out his big scoops there.
Dr. Anthony Fauci was on Good Luck America with Peter Hamby. Fauci has become kind of the face and voice of the coronavirus from the federal government and our country. Here he is talking about the way to get back into sports.
There's a way of doing that. Nobody comes to the stadium. Put them in big hotels, wherever you want to play. Keep them very well surveilled, and namely a surveillance, but have them tested like every week and make sure they don't wind up infecting each other or their family, and just let them play the season out.
Hell yeah, that's good news right there. Let's go.
More from Fauci. Here he is talking about sports returning.
I mean, people say, well, you can't play without spectators. Well, I think you probably get enough buy-in from people who are dying to see a baseball game, particularly me. I'm living in Washington. We have the world champion Washington Nationals. I want to see them play again.
A lot of laughing.
Yeah. Positive vibes only. Dr. Fauci on that Snapchat. Dying social media. No, that's great news, man. But not necessarily new news, but absolutely. I hope that I would love for sports to come back in any form or fashion, and really any sports. I don't care if it's just like one or two. Just give us something to occupy our brains with and enjoy that's competitive.